I welcome you all once again in today's lecture, children. I hope you all must be fine and enjoying at home, enjoying with your studies. So, children, till now I discussed about the working of the institutions, in which I told you how is a major policy decision take, and in that I showed you a government order in which you can see that government order which is issued by the government of India is called as an office memorandum, and in that office memorandum you can see the OM number, the office memorandum number, which is written at the top. You can see the date also, and at below this memorandum you can see the signature of joint secretary of the Department of Personnel and Training in the Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, which is signed by him or her in that order. So by showing you, I just wanted to tell you how the memorandums are formed in the parliament and how these are implemented. So in that office memorandum I was discussing about the Mandal Commission. I told you what is the Mandal Commission and how was this Mandal Commission created, what was the main purpose of this Mandal Commission, and in that side by side I also told you the major functionaries in the country who are involved in making this office memorandum, in which I told you, children, that the president, who is the head of the state, these are the decision makers. First of all, the president, who is the head of the state, and all the decisions are taken in his or her name. Secondly, there is the prime minister. He is the head of the government and he actually exercises the government power, and decisions are taken in the cabinet meetings. And the third is the parliament, which consists of the two houses, that is the Lok Sabha and the Raj Sabha, and the prime minister, he is the member of the majority party in the Lok Sabha. So this in Mandal Commission, children, this office memorandum I showed you, in which this office memorandum was regarding the job reservation which was given to SCs and STs, that is scheduled caste and scheduled tribes, and in that the changes were made in which the third category, that is SEBC, was introduced, that is socially and educationally backward class. Okay, so these reports and discussions were made in the parliament, and in this the Janata Dal brought this Mandal Commission in their manifesto, that if they are going to be elected and forming the government, but natural they are going to implement this Mandal Commission's report and take a major step in bringing a reservation quota in the country, that is 27% of job reserved for the social and economic backward class. Now in this Mandal Commission, already I told you, this was headed by BP Mandal, and that is why it is called as Mandal Commission, in which the Mandal Commission gave its reports that 27% of the government jobs be reserved for the socially and educationally backward class, and it was discussed in the parliament also. So I told you many things happened after this, and oppositions against Mandal Commission I told you, in which the cases were filed against this commission's report, and Supreme Court heard the arguments from both the sides, and after that a decision was taken by the Supreme Court of the country, that this Mandal Commission should be introduced properly, and it said that well-to-do persons among the backward classes should be excluded from getting the benefit of reservation, and accordingly the Department of Personnel and Training issued office memorandum on September 8, 1993, and after that the dispute came to an end. Now after going through all these things, the thing which comes to our mind, that why do we need a political institutions? Okay, what is the major reason for the formation of these political institution? So you have seen here one examples of how the government works in the political institution. So children, while governing a country, it involves a various kinds of activities. For example, the government is responsible for ensuring security to the citizens. Government also provide facilities for the educational and the health of the citizens of the country. Thirdly, it collect the taxes and spends the money through thus raised through on administration, defense and development programs. Fourthly, it formulates and implements several welfare schemes. Okay, so there are various steps which are taken by the government. Or side by side, if there is a disputes which arise on these decisions or in their implementation, we need one a court, one organization also, which can say that what is right and what is wrong. And therefore it is important that everyone should know that who is responsible for doing what. So side by side, it is also important that these activities keep taking place, even if the person is in the even if the person in the key position change also. So in order to attend all these tasks, you have seen that India political institutions are arranging and carrying all tasks of the country, and in modern democracy these arrangements are known as the institutions. So working with institution, it's not an easy, it has lot of things to be done. Okay, it has a lot of rules and regulations also, and it leads to delay also. So we need political institution to frame, implement and regulate rules for the country. However, you have seen that no work can be done without the institution in a democracy. Okay, so we have three institutions over here, that is the Prime Minister along with the cabinet ministers. This is one institution that take all major policy decision. Second, we have children, the civil servants also. Okay, I'll show you here. These are the various branches of government. You can see, first of all, we have legislative, then we have legislative, then we have executive, then we have judiciary. These are the branches of government. Okay, I'm going to expand it further. First of all, you can see the legislative over here. Okay, this is the legislative. In legislative, what does legislative do? It makes laws. Okay, side by side, it approves presidential appointments also. And third, it has also work number of congressmen is based on population also. Okay, after that we have executive. It sign laws. Okay, after that it pardons people also. It appoints federal judges also, and it's elected after every 4 years. The third one is judiciary. It decides if laws are constitutional. These are appointed by the president, and there are 9 justices. Okay, and it can overturn ruling by other judges also. So these are the main branches of the government over here. Now in India we have 3 political institutions, children. First one is the parliament and the legislative. Okay, here the prime minister and the cabinet ministers, they take all important policy decisions, children. Please keep these things in your mind, that first one is legislative. In legislative, the prime minister and cabinet ministers are there, which take all important policy decisions. Second one is the executive. Executive is the civil servant. Civil servants means IPS officer, IFS officer, civil servants होते हैं. Those who work together and they are responsible for taking steps to implement the minister's decision. जो joint secretary आपने देखा था office memorandum में, वो executive में ही आते हैं. The third one is the judiciary. Supreme Court is an institution जहाँ पे disputes between citizens and the governments are finally settled over here. So here you can see that constitution है. Constitution, इसमें एक legislative branch होती है, एक executive branch होती है और एक judiciary branch होती है. Clear? So next Here you can see the power is also separated over here, separation of powers. Power separation कैसे है? यहाँ पे power to make judgment on law, judiciary is there. ठीक है, जुडिशरी के पास और क्या पावर है? ओके, जुडिशरी के बाद पार्लियामेंट आ गया, पावर टू मेक एंड चेंज लॉ ऑल्सो. आफ्टर दैट एग्जीक्यूटिव गवर्नमेंट आ गई, पावर टू पुट लॉ इनटू एक्शन, एग्जीक्यूटिव काम करता है. ठीक है, ये पावर सेपरेटेड है. नाउ हियर द लेजिस्लेचर इज देयर. लेजिस्लेचर में आपको बता दिया, पार्लियामेंट आ गया, पार्लियामेंट में गवर्नर जनरल, मेंबर्स ऑफ पार्लियामेंट आ गए, सिलेक्ट कमेटी आ गई. ये क्या करते हैं सब? दे एग्जामिन, दे डिबेट, दे वोट ऑन द बिल्स विच आर देन assented to by the government general and become an act. Second one is the executive children. Executive में आपका chief ministers आ गए, cabinet ministers and the public sector आ गया. They decide policy, they draft bills, enforce and administers acts also. And third is the judiciary. Once again I am explaining you. They create, first of all, the legislature makes laws, the executive initiates and administers laws, and judiciary applies laws. Okay, is it clear? So why do we need parliament? These are the this is one of the main questions. You can jot down in your notes copy also. Why do we need parliament? Number one, it is the final authority for making laws in any country. It can also change existing laws or abolish existing laws and make new ones in their place. ठीक है, अमेंडमेंट जो होता है, जो भी होता है, वो यहीं पे होता है. नए लॉ बनाते होते हैं, पार्लियामेंट के अंदर होते हैं. पुराने लॉ अगर ख़राब हैं, उनको भी ख़त्म करना है तो पार्लियामेंट के अंदर ये काम होता है. Secondly, parliament exercises control over those who run the government. Okay, जो गवर्नमेंट opposition party सबसे मेजर रोल प्ले करती है. So the party which is running the government, उनके ऊपर कंट्रोल करना भी पार्लियामेंट का काम है. No decision can be taken without the support of the parliament over here. Third, parliament controls the money matters also. Budgets जो यहीं पे पास होते हैं. पार्लियामेंट इट इज़ द हाईएस्ट फोरम ऑफ डिस्कशन. कोई चीज़ का भी, किसी का भी डिस्कशन होगा, आप देखोगे कोई इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजन होना होता है तो पार्लियामेंट के ही अंदर होता है. फॉर एग्जांपल आप CAA ले लो. फॉर एग्जांपल आप अबॉलिश ऑफ दिस आर्टिकल 360 जो जम्मू एंड कश्मीर में हुआ था, वो सब पार्लियामेंट में लिया जाता है. उसके ऊपर डिबेट होता है. कोई भी पब्लिक इश्यूज़ है, कोई नेशनल पॉलिसी, उस पर भी डिबेट होता है किसी भी कंट्री के अंदर. एंड साथ ही साथ इट ऑल्सो टेक इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट एनी मैटर. सो दिस इज़ द इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल ऑफ पार्लियामेंट. So the question is, why do we need parliament? You can write down this in your notes copy. Okay, so after this this much is enough. So children, read down till here, and in your book you can read till page number 82. That's enough for today. Tomorrow I am going to discuss about the parliament now.